Nero burning Rome or Caligula marrying his horse, or I mean, throughout history, these guys go crazy. So there is some megalomania going on here. But this is just a huge institution of evil. And they select more evil people into their ranks as the older ones die. And to them, I mean, it's a great honor that Zbigniew Brzezinski brags that he supported Pol Pot and helped him kill 2 million people. He's very proud of that, and they honor him when he walks on stage anywhere. They look at him with respect. Oh, you killed 2 million. Kissinger killed tens of millions. That's why there's just such respect for him. These people, we respect the tough job you've done. Well, someone has to do it. Alan, in closing, before we take a few final calls, but in closing for your comments, I want folks to go to cuttingthroughthematrix.com, get some of the audios, the CDs that are there, support you, listen to what I love about your site, it's got all the interviews and stuff you do, so there's a lot of different variants and flavor and ideas covered there. But I want you in closing to speak to the enemy's mindset. I mean, was I accurately, from your position studying it, was I accurately trying to articulate their mindset?
Yes. What they've found with psychopaths, it was like Hitler. He said that the German people could not conquer the world. They did not deserve to live under his own theory, a Darwinistic theory. And you find with Israel had to drag the Prime Minister Begin off when he had the Samson complex, when he said, well, if Israel goes down, we will take the world with us. That's a standard psychopathic response, complete nihilism if they cannot win and get their way. However, most of them at the top have utter faith in their own abilities and their money and power to buy the sciences they need to help their own survival. And so they pin everything on higher sciences which are kept quiet from the public to pull themselves through. But,
same thing with Hitler and his super weapons, but they do have the underground bases. I mean, in Switzerland or in Russia, they have underground bases for the whole population food. Here, yes, we're told they don't exist while they're in the congressional office, budget office. They admit it exists, but they tell us, the dumbest people on earth, no, it doesn't exist, or the most mind control people on earth, I should say. And so they're also very confident because they have those facilities.
Yes, they have the total faith and forward planning and the unlimited financing that can be taken from the taxpayer and funneled into building their safe houses and their underground bases. And they're well stocked up as well. Margaret Thatcher talked about that when she was in power because she was spending incredible amounts of the taxpayers' money on building these things for the elite. She was quizzed on it. She said if the common people try to get in, the SAS will machine gun them down because no commoner will be allowed in.
That's right.
That's the arrogance of them.
Yeah, that's the arrogance. And by the way, Michael Crichton did come out about global warming, and his last book was about the New World Order, State of Fear. I read it. It came out in 2006. It was about the New World Order, how they're engineering the mass extermination. And I know people that knew Michael Crichton. He died of an accelerated, basically very quick acting cancer. He was in great health, a medical doctor. And I believe they got rid of him. Mark Cuban was going to put out loose change. He backed off after threats, and he was threatened. We should do an article about that. But so he did back off of it. And then notice you have trillions being stolen by the bankers, but they claim he stole, a stock, selling his own stock, $700,000. And he's worth, like $5 billion, selling some stock of some little company. But again, the public will think of him as rich. He owns a basketball team, just like they burned Martha Stewart. So none of the bankers, Kashkari or Paulson they won't get in trouble. And of course, they're minions too. No, it's going to be Mark Cuban, and he's going to be punished now for even thinking about it. And remember, O'Reilly threatened him. He said, you will be taken down. Do not make it or you're gone, buddy. You hear me? I'm talking about, he went further and just threatened him on air. And he said, you keep your mouth shut. You don't do it or you're going down. It's over. You understand? I'm threatening you. This is a threat. Don't do it. And then now you see they wait and he's punished, just like the governor of New York was going to go after the banks. Well, his dirt came out. So, this is dangerous stuff we're involved in.
Oh, they are ruthless at the top, absolutely ruthless. They had James Goldsmith, Sir James Goldsmith, who tried to pull Britain out of the EU. He was popular enough and famous enough to get a massive following, and he died from a pancreatic cancer that killed him within 2 weeks of diagnosis.
And, of course, there's more than just that. We have the guy that was going to get us out of Iraq in England and who was going to beat Gordon Brown. And, something happened to him real fast.
Yeah, Kelly, and he also, Kelly, he said they'll find me in the woods with my wrist cut. And surely enough they did, but they found no blood. But we know this is their standard MO. They're utterly ruthless at the top. And those who join their circles and join their fraternities and take oaths do put themselves at risk. They know that. Now, most of them think they'll never have to recount for it or stand up for it, but they do know if they cross the line, their lives can be forfeit.
What do the elites think of us, Alan, from your study?
I always liken it to the sadist breaking the legs of the cow and down it goes, and then they kick the cow because it can't get up. In other words, they've dumbed us down, they've poisoned us, they've dropped the IQ, they've literally bioengineered us until we're almost transsexual as we are today. And they laugh at us, they laugh at the mess we're in, and they have this complete disdain for us, in fact.
That's right. They laugh at us wallowing in our excrement on the ground with broken legs, drooling in pain, and they say, look at how ugly they are. Look at how beautiful we are. I mean, that is the ultimate in selfishness.
Yeah, I was watching a documentary. It was made in Germany during World War II, where some psychiatrists were explaining to school children why they had to kill off the feeble-minded. And they showed you the most extreme examples of deformed people with very low IQs. And I thought this is exactly the same technique that they're conditioning the whole public. They're conditioning the victims to accept their own demise. That's what they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to jam in very quickly a few final calls here. Who's up next, John?
Kyle in Florida.
Kyle in Florida. Go ahead. You're on the air with Alan Watt.
Yeah, how you doing, Alan?
Good. Go ahead.
Not so bad.
I actually, first of all, your show is amazing. You have unbelievable insight, and I hope the general public, knows what you know. My question to you is, I have a situation going on where I'm prescribed the painkillers, and my doctor decided to drug test me, and apparently I came up positive for certain things that were not prescribed and did not come up for what they prescribed me. After that, they urine tested me, and I went and had a blood test done. After that, I'm just kind of wondering, why they are trying to make this a criminal proceeding.
Well, number one, I appreciate your call, but we've got to jump here. Look, everything is designed to trap the average person. And so nice people always say, why are they setting me up? Why are they criminal? Don't they want to be nice? No, they want to put you in the prison. They own the private prisons. You're seen as slaves. So they put out drugs as their excuse to legalize slavery again. Instead of it being an illness or a problem or something you need to be gotten off of, it's, oh, look, you're bad. We're going to put you in prison now. And so, yes, they put you on painkillers, then it's a Schedule 3, then they test you, then they find marijuana. When a mother goes in, they don't tell you. They find marijuana in a mother, kid's gone. They find any alcohol. They find, and about a third of the time it's a false positive. They CPS your kids. The whole system is meant to destroy individuality and to get control of your life. So, folks, never take painkillers. Even if you're in really bad pain, because if you get addicted, they're going to ruin your life. Never take their illegal drugs because they want to catch you. You defeat them by living clean. You defeat them by living well. You defeat them by realizing they're scum and filth and garbage. Young people, do not use drugs. Do not think it's cool. They're brought here for you. Don't even get into the gateway drugs. Keep your head down if your parents put you in a government camp. Keep your mouth shut. They're there to destroy you. I could rant, but Alan, in closing, you want to comment on that?
It's true. It is true. They run both sides of the drug industry, legal and illegal. And you would not have the excuse to build up the mass